Volkswagen ID4 sales have, basically collapsed in the first quarter of this year. They are down 37%. And here's the thing. This is amidst Volkswagen offering discounts of just under $8,000. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Volkswagen ID4 sales have declined significantly. Automotive News, they're saying, you know what? There's a good reason for that. I think they are agreeing with what I've been saying. There's other really good options. The Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Tesla Model Y. People are saying we'd prefer one of those. However, Volkswagen, they're hoping the new version of the ID4 will help basically reverse this significant decline in ID4 sales, which isn't happening just in America, by the way. It's happening in numerous countries around the world. The ID4, apparently, according to Automotive News' sources, and several blogs and stuff that I've been reading, it's been glitchy. It's had some issues with this infotainment system. It's had some bugs. It's had some things that have had to be fixed via over-the-air updates, which can't be done over the air. You've got to drive your car to the dealership. Then they do it via an over-the-air update. Doesn't make sense to me, but anyway. Volkswagen's only EV in the United States and one of the first mainstream EV crossovers in the US, the ID4, saw its streak of 6 quarterly sales gains snap when deliveries fell by almost 40% in the first quarter. The electric crossover market has gotten very competitive now with the Ford Mustang Mach-E, massive discounts on that car, plus Ford have just enormously improved it, more power, more range, faster charging, cheaper prices. It's actually pretty compelling now. Plus there's the EV6 from Kia, there's the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Chevrolet Blazer EV, not that I recommend that, the Nissan Ariya, the Tesla Model Y now that does qualify for EV incentives at very, very, very affordable prices. I mean, there's a lot of competition in this segment. Volkswagen dealers are possibly, they're hoping the new ID4 will reverse this huge sales decline, which they're saying they don't really understand. US sales of the ID4 tallied 6,167 in the first quarter. That's a decline of exactly 37%. Now that's even as incentives on the ID4 more than doubled to $7,800, the highest of any Volkswagen model, said Motor Intelligence. This was actually the lowest quarter for ID4 sales since the second quarter of 2022, when Volkswagen sold 1,660. But back then, the ID4 didn't get these massive incentives. So it's a bit of a surprise to Volkswagen that this is happening. ID4 sales began in the first quarter of 2021, and they were 16,742 that year. Sales jumped 23% to 30,500 in 2022 before surging a staggering 84% to 38,000 in 2023. Now things are not looking so good. Hopefully, the new version, the upgraded version of the ID4, dealers are hoping that this will help reverse this pretty significant sales decline. The 2024 ID4 with the 82 kilowatt hour battery gets a boost in power, and of course it gets longer range. It also gets a new 13-inch infotainment screen up from the 12-inch screen that has been apparently an problem for customers. There's been glitches and issues with that infotainment screen. The rear-wheel drive ID4 has 282 horsepower, up from 200, and a range of 291 miles, up from 275 miles. All-wheel drive versions have 335 horsepower, up from 295, so pretty small 40 horsepower increase, and a range of 263 miles, which is 8 miles more than the previous version. I'm not sure that'll be enough to convince a new buyer, but maybe it would be, you never know. The ID4 with the smaller battery, the 62 kilowatt hour battery, is the same. No changes have been made. It still has 200 horsepower and a range of 206 miles. I can't see that being a big seller personally, but who knows? Considering that's the cheapest version, maybe it is selling. That one costs $41,000. But the bigger battery pack version lowest price is $46,300. The thing worth mentioning though is that Volkswagen ID4s are built in the United States. So they qualify for the full $7,500 EV incentive, making them still pretty good value, I think. Andrew Savis, Volkswagen's head of US sales, said the updated ID4s began reaching dealerships in late March and that most retailers will have a broad selection by the middle of April. Now, Luciano made some claims. Here's what he said. It's hard to believe how much nicer it is versus the old version. When you go from 23 to 24, it's a big difference. It's quieter, the screen is better. So it sounds like there's maybe some more additions, maybe acoustic glass, things that Volkswagen are not really talking about. Nagging quality issues, though, have plagued the ID4 since its US launch, according to Automotive News. Consumer Reports, the influential publication known for its automotive testing and annual survey of brand quality, gave the ID4 a reliability rating of 1 out of 5 for the 2021 and 2023 model years. Yeah, that's surprisingly bad. The 2024 model has a predicted reliability score of 2 out of 5. I'm hoping that, this isn't going to be true. I'm hoping that this model will be a significant improvement. I expect it to be. Consumer Reports found the 2024 ID4 to be quick, quiet, and roomy, and it's competitively priced. But its unintuitive controls mar the experience, they said. It called the infotainment system and other controls a mess, noting that the screen was slow to respond, among numerous other complaints. The ID4 also scored below average on J.D. Power's 2024 Electric Vehicle Experience Ownership Study for mass market EVs. The ID4 scored above average in the 2023 study. So what are you going to believe, 2023 or 2024? It's kind of hard to know. Brent Gruber, Executive Director of the EV practice at J.D. Power, said models that performed best tended to stand out in 3 key areas: quality and reliability, cost of ownership, and driving enjoyment. One of the big areas for the ID4 was quality and reliability satisfaction, said Gruber. That was the biggest issue for the ID4 specifically. Quality issues with the ID4's infotainment system popped up in the ownership study, but also in J.D. Power's closely watched initial quality study. It's by no means the only problematic area, though, for the ID4, but infotainment problems are pretty prevalent on that vehicle, said J.D. Power. Improving the ID4's quality is top of mind for the company. Now, Volkswagen is saying quality issues are significantly lower with their newer version of the ID4, but it's that new, we don't know yet. We need to continue focusing on the quality overall of the vehicle, said Volkswagen. We're not happy with the trend. I'm not happy from what happened in the past, said Volkswagen's US CEO. But I cannot fix the past. I can make it better. That's what we're doing. Now, Volkswagen dealer said this. He really is trying to launch from the beginning a much better vehicle with fewer issues. Well, only time will tell if that's true. But some of these reports from Consumer Reports and J.D. Power are quite concerning. And you can kind of see eventually word of mouth comes around and people, they stop buying. So who knows whether or not the incentive combined with upgrades and more range to the ID4 will increase sales. It might, and it might not. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.